to get going. Gotta catch those runners taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to today's day trading live stream. Today is Friday, June 26th. We've got the S&P futures down 45 points, NASDAQ down 413, Russell down 21, and the Dow's down 194. NASDAQ the weakest, down about 1.4%. S&P's down a little over 0.5%. Gold is up 0.5%. Silver's flat. Bonds down about 0.33%. Notes flat. 10-year yield slightly green, oil down 3%, natural gas up over 1%. Soybeans, wheat, and corn are all red pre-market. Euro and the pound are both a little bit green, and the Bitcoin is down 0.69%, currently at around 59,000. VIX, a little pop up over 7%, currently at 20.24 at the freeze. Looks like SPX is going to have an expected range today of a little over 56. I will be entering a 1 DTE iron Condor at the open, or technically a 3 DTE using Monday options. And then I will also be, my first double calendar that I'm going to enter will be a 13-14 DTE. So on Fridays, it's typically a 6-7, but there are no 7-day options today. So therefore, I'm going to go with the 13-14. So I'm gonna enter that one pretty close to the open here. Get it modeled out and then get that on pretty quick. As far as biggest movers pre-market, on the green side, leading the green, DraftKings up 2.3%. PLTR up 1.6, Microsoft up 1.2. Netflix a little bit green. Banks a little bit green. Biggest red, SNDK is down 7. MU is down 6. Nebius down 4.5. So a lot of the chips showing some red pre-market. Nvidia's down 1.3. Tesla is down 1.3. Google barely red. There's the bell. So I'll wait for my bot to fire my Monday iron Condor. And I'm going to model up my 13-14 DTE. Let's see if I can go ahead and get this filled. Price is very jumpy this morning on this DC, so I'm not quite sure where it's trading. Just doing a little price discovery here. Okay, got filled at 925. All right, that is posted. Also got filled on my iron Condor. That also is posted.
Autofilled.
Sorry, let me turn off my
Autofilled.
system audio so you guys don't have to hear my fills. All right, so S&P currently staying below previous day low, heading down to pre-market lows. Same with the NASDAQ and the Russell breaking through its pre-market lows.
Autofilled.
All right, so let's check out the individual stocks here. Tesla and Nvidia both around their previous day low. Google opened just under unchanged, heading lower, down 1.3% now. PLTR is up 2.6 and moving higher. PLTR on the move. Cryptos are bouncing. Circle went green. Coinbase about to go green. Hood is pushing hard. Big banks coming down. AMD, MU trying to stay above yesterday's low. Nor I wasn't looking at the scanner for that 1314. I just know from doing a lot of back testing and trading over the years that 6-7 DTEs and 1314s perform well on Fridays. So I always try to get one of those open at the open on a Friday. There are no 6-7. 6-7's not available, so I went with the 1314. Amazon and Apple staying green. Meta right at unchanged. Microsoft pushing above pre-market high. Microsoft had a big sweep of that 330 March 30th level low yesterday. And Netflix is up over 3% now. I replaced Netflix on my grid charts with SpaceX, but yeah, nice push. Maybe I'll replace Apple with Netflix since I don't trade Apple anyway. I know, Hondo. I know that's your baby. Yeah, Microsoft looking good. PLTR still strong. Amazon approaching, or it's up to pre-market highs as well. Looks like Microsoft's not going to give us an entry here. Google is acting weak. Tesla trying to get up to pre-market highs. S&P bouncing off pre-market lows. NASDAQ trying to hold as well. Yeah, MU's having some problems getting above that previous day low here. Intel going through lows. SMH staying weak. Yeah, I'm going to load up some MU puts. I'll use the 1120s. 0 DTE. If I take it here, 1120 puts in MU watching to see if it's going to stay below this previous day low here. Couple little attempts got shut down quickly. PLTR now pulling back. It's kind of bouncing now. Let's see if it puts in another wick. Little wicky. Amazon, a little break and retest of that pre-market high. Not much going on in the indices yet. Tesla moving up. Moving on up.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
AMD and MU starting to bounce here. Same with SMH. Getting some buyers coming in on the chips, and Tesla is pushing hard. Okay, looks like MU's off the table for now. But this is where MU rejected twice, so let's see if it does it a third time. I'm gonna look at some 0 DTE Amazon calls, 230s 0 DTE. Hell, now it's kind of pushing below. I'll keep them on my watch list. PLTR now pulling back after being strong for the first 10 minutes. I'm also going to load some QQQ 0 DTE puts. I would do the 693s. This thing can't seem to hold previous day low. Same with SPY, but NASDAQ's a little bit weaker. MU starting to dip. AVGO just went through pre-market lows. Yeah, I'm watching Microsoft as well. It kind of left without me. Amazon, big pullback. Netflix staying strong. Tesla pulling back to previous day low. Amazon couldn't hold. Tesla kind of looks like it's about to run. Netflix new highs. MU and AMD still holding. PLTR's dip got bought up back to highs. Softy is pumping. Softy's up to yesterday's high. Big banks staying weak. Cryptos. Big bounce in the cryptos. And the crypto bros. Don't worry though. MSTR is rejecting trying to go green, Watson, so still red. Still $85 worth of profit to the downside left. Jonathan W., you got some Microsoft? Very nice. Annette, that's the option Omega. IWM kind of rejecting that pre-market level. Qs and SPY still under previous day low. MU back down. Again, rejecting that 1150 and change area. Just choppy, but every bounce getting whack-a-moled. Watching MU. It's just too choppy. I'm gonna pass on MU for now, but I could definitely see it ripping through the floor here.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Nvidia's climbing. Amazon giving it all up. Tessie trying to get back up.
Order cancelled. Order partially filled. Order filled.
MU bouncing back up into its chop range. SpaceX hasn't been doing much. Didn't do much yesterday. Didn't do much overnight. Not doing much today. Early Microsoft entry would have been good. Other than that, not seeing much here. SMCI rejected going green. Back down to pre-market highs. Circle is up 5%, just blasted above its previous day high. It's up 5% and a lot of volume. Bitcoin pushing into the green. Q's still trying to hold above previous day low. Same with IWM. SPY still under its PDL. Netflix making new highs. Tesla trying to get it back up to highs. MU back up to the top of that range where it keeps rejecting. It's starting to break out now. It's kind of from a trend line to pre-market. Starting to break through that. All right, S&P and NASDAQ popping. Google finally
Order
getting its
filled.
first bounce. Tezzy taking off. I guess that was the other one I was kind of talking about that I could see taking. Kind of came in back and retested this pre-market level, which is basically yesterday's low. But
Order partially filled.
just didn't like Tesla on the daily chart,
Order
so I
filled.
stayed away. Chips coming to life. Tech coming to life. Crypto continuing higher. I'm going to look at IWM above this pre-market level. There were some overnight highs here as well, but this little pre-market level that we're starting to break above. IWM, I'm going to put some calls on my watch list. I would use the 299s. MSTR pumping. Watson, here's your chance. Short it. It's back above 87. What's your re-entry for a short, Watson? IWM kind of took off.
Order filled.
Wow. Tesla just went green. MU popping, AMD popping, all the chips popping. NASDAQ trying to get up to pre-market highs. All right, so Amazon's reclaiming. I still have the 230 calls loaded. Keep an eye on that one. Microsoft still rejecting that previous day high. Tesla dipping back in the red. MU is going MU on us. Nice trend line break there if anybody caught that. AMD back to highs.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
No entries for me yet, my friends. No entries for me. Amazon rejecting again. All right, Amazon popping back up. I'm watching Amazon calls 230s. I'm going to take Amazon here. Filled at 74 and 75 cents. I'd like to get out of some right around highs. Let's do 90 cents. If it can push up to highs, should hit that. S&P approaching pre-market high. Same with the NASDAQ. Same with Russell. Filled in Amazon at 90. Now let's see if Amazon can get some legs, some real legs. Put another order at $1.25. I may lower that. See how strong this thing continues. Medfly, you took Intel. Where'd you get in there? Looks like it just pushed up to pre-market highs. S&P, NASDAQ, all pushing above pre-market highs.
Order filled.
S&P, NASDAQ, little pause at that level. Softy still not able to get above that previous day high. Google a little bounce, but staying pretty weak here. Amazon, getting close. Getting close to my $1.25. Options hit $1.18, $1.20. Just need a little more. Just a little bit more. Netflix heading back up to highs. It's $1.21, $1.23, $1.25. Partial fill. There's the rest of it. Nice. Nice little move there, Amazon. MU still pumping. AMD still at highs. SNDK big bounce. Ben Brown took a little Amazon. Nice. Put in another order at $1.50 just to have something in there. Microsoft now popping back up. Amazon coming for my $1.50. Come and get it. Got up to $1.44. There's $1.47 filled. Amazon getting some. Got 4 lots left. Not a lot to work with in regards to levels on a daily chart. Let's look at a 1 hour. Not really much. Just try to squeeze whatever we can out of the rest of these without trying to give much back. S&P, NASDAQ, a little pause at pre-market highs. Same with the Russell. I'll be back in 1 minute. Big push in Meta as well. After it just chopped around and changed all morning. Then exploded. Tesla still pushing new highs. Honda says Apple's trying to do something. We don't know exactly what that is, but it's trying to do something. Oh, I don't have Apple on my charts anymore. I was looking for it. What is Apple trying to do? It's tickling its pre-market high. Nice, Tony. Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla. Amazon's starting to pull back here a bit. S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell still moving. PLTR up 4%. Meta's moving. Meta be moving. Well, I don't want to give back too much, even though I've only got a few lots left in Amazon. Nice little dip buy up in Amazon. Q's held 15-minute over that pre-market high. Same with SPY. Just going to stick with my Amazon runners here for now. Amazon trading right here where I got out of my last piece, $1.50. SpaceX about to go green. SpaceX has been pretty calm the last few days. After a wild ride up and then a wild ride back down, it's been pretty tight range the last few days.
Order cancelled. Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
MU is pulling back. Same with the SNDK. I put in an order at $1.80 in Amazon. In case we pop through highs here. There's a new high. Need a little bit more. Microsoft still chopping around that previous day high. Apple, little rejection, Hondo, at that pre-market level. S&P and NASDAQ holding and pushing. Amazon new highs. Hit my 180. Pop, pop. Got two left. That was a quick pop in the NASDAQ and S&P. Looks like a little chip action. A little chip pop. SPX is green, but SPY is not quite green. SPX almost to its upper expected move. Chips still moving up. Some of the big tech kind of coming back down. Goog finally started to bounce, but it's still much weaker. It's kind of starting to break this bear flag. I put in some Google 0DTE puts. I would use the 337.5s. No entry yet. Amazon's hitting new highs. Softy new highs. All right, I'm watching Google. If it starts to reject again, I'm going to take these puts. Tesla new highs. I'm going to take Google. Ooh, don't like my fill, but got in at 131. Apple pops back up. Some of the chips just kind of pausing here. A little bit of a pullback. Apple, nice push. Microsoft getting some more. Tesla, new highs. I'm going to go ahead and get out of my last two Amazon here. Out at $1.85. Nice one. Nice little trade, Amazon. Russell having problems getting above its pre-market high. Q still kind of chopping around it. Same with the S&P. PLTR making new highs. Nvidia starting to pull back, rejecting its pre-market high a little bit. I'm going to add a few in Google here. Filled at 105. Amazon popped back up, new highs. Amazon's up almost 2%. Microsoft's up 4.2%. Meta's up almost 2. Chips starting to kind of slow down here, kind of roll over. SMH rolling over. SpaceX back in the red. Apple making new highs. Hondo, did you get an Apple on that reclaim? Gotcha. No dip in Google yet. It's just kind of sitting there. All right, Google popping up. I've got my order ready to cut here. If it doesn't reject, it's a pretty strong bounce. Not the bounce I was looking for. I was looking for a baby bounce. Baby bounce and reject. Google's not participating in the little chip dip. It's trying to act more like it's Mag 7 buddies. There's a little pullback. SpaceX still rejecting. Sundowner, I just call them out here on the live stream if I'm streaming. If I'm not streaming and I trade, they're in the directional trade channel. That one here. Yeah, I can't stream and post them. So if I'm streaming, I just talk through it. If I'm not streaming, then I can post. Let's go, Goog. Need a reject. MU's coming down. Pretty decent little pullback in MU. S&P and NASDAQ kind of all pulling back below pre-market high. Nvidia rejecting pre-market high. Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon and Apple all holding pretty strong. IWM back in the red. What are our little crypto buddies doing? Cryptos, after that initial push, have been kind of consolidating and pulling back. Big banks are still pretty weak. Looks like my double calendar from this morning is pretty much break even, or maybe even slightly red. My 1DTE looks like it's up about 7%. Goog started to dip. It's kind of getting bought up here. A lot of things kind of rolling over here. I would have liked to see Goog, which has been shown relative weakness all day. I would have liked to see it kind of lead, but it's not. Looks like a good exit in Amazon. It's coming back down. Tesla making new highs. All right, I'm going to have to get my order ready to cut Google again. It's rejected a few times at this 340 level, so let's see if it doesn't, I'll just cut. And I am still in. Tesla, nice move up to previous day high. And I am out. All right, one winner, one loser. I have a feeling my Goog was a little bit bigger than my Amazon, though. Yep. Minus 1,600 and plus 1,500, so minus $100. Unfortunately, with the little ad that I did in Google. Now it's still pushing. All right, all. I may stick around for one more that I'll post in the trade channel. If I take it, I'll watch for another 30 minutes or so. Otherwise, I'll probably just be done with those two. Reminder, no power hour today. So we will be back at the live streams next week. If I don't chat with you, everybody have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.